Okay, let's get into this. We've got a really interesting source today. It lays out this very specific evening routine.
Yeah, step by step. And it makes some, well, pretty big promises.
Exactly, like life-changing promises.
Yeah.
So what we want to do in this deep dive is unpack that. What are the actual steps?
And maybe more importantly, how are they supposed to work? How do they lead to these results the source talks about?
Because the list of benefits is quite something.
Yeah.
Better sleep, feeling calmer.
Even improving your English, specifically mentioned.
Right, and the overall goal seems to be becoming, a better version of yourself. So it definitely pulls you in.
It really does. And what caught my eye straight away is the focus. It's all about the evening.
Yeah, we hear so much about morning routines, don't we? Power hours and all that. But this puts the spotlight firmly on the PM.
And frames it as this, crucial transition time. Time to slow down, breathe.
Reflect a bit on the day.
And actually get ready for tomorrow, consciously.
The source presents it almost like a domino effect, right? A good evening leads to a good night's sleep.
Which then sets you up for a much better morning. It makes the evening foundational.
It makes a lot of sense, actually.
Yeah.
And the broad benefits they list kind of cover all bases. Sleep, less worry.
Feeling happier, general health, and yeah, that learning aspect again.
And they're quite encouraging about starting it. Like, even if you have zero routine now,
you can build this just one little step at a time. That's the message.
Okay, so let's look at step one. It's foundational. Just slow down.
Right after your main day is done. Work, school, whatever it is.
And the logic is simple. Your brain, your body, they're tired. They need a break.
A conscious shift out of that go, go, go mode.
So they suggest practical things like turn off the loud music.
Put the phone away for a bit. Turn off the TV. Reduce that external noise.
And replace it with something quieter. Maybe just sit, breathe.
Or, light a candle, make some tea, maybe a warm shower. Things that are calming in themselves.
They even give these little affirmations, sort of prompts to say to yourself.
Yeah, now I relax. My day is over. I feel calm. Just signaling to yourself that it's time to wind down.
Okay, makes sense. So after slowing the body, step 2 is about turning inwards. Reflect on the day.
And it's not just aimless pondering. They give you questions.
Right, like what did I actually do today? What made me smile?
But also, what was hard? What did I learn? And crucially, what can I do better tomorrow?
It covers the good, the bad, and the learning points.
And reflection is powerful, Psychologically, it helps process things, helps you learn from experience. The source calling it a very powerful habit isn't wrong.
Even for just 5 minutes, they say.
Exactly. And you can write it down, like in a journal, or just think it through quietly.
They give starting phrases too, like one good thing today was.
Or today I learned. Tomorrow I want to. Little prompts to get you going.
And they tie this back to mental growth, but also, interestingly, to English improvement.
Yeah, suggesting that processing your day, maybe even thinking about it in English, helps solidify things.
Okay. Step 3. This is the big one for a lot of people. No screens before bed.
Simple to say, harder to do. But they're very clear. Phone, TV, tablet, laptop, off.
And the why is pretty solid based on sleep science, isn't it?
Totally. That blue light messes with melatonin, the sleep hormone, keeps your brain wired.
Makes it harder to fall asleep, can even make you feel more anxious or just tired the next day.
So the alternatives are key. Read an actual book.
Or journal, linking back to the reflection step.
Or listen to something calm, music, or maybe a deep dive like this one they cheekily suggest, as long as it's not visually stimulating.
And again, affirmations to help. I put down my phone. I choose peace. I choose rest. Making it an active choice.
Which flows nicely into step 4, which is quite specific. Study or listen to English.
I thought this was a great addition, using that calmer evening time for a bit of language practice.
And they keep it manageable. Just 10 minutes is fine, they say.
The focus isn't on intense study either. It's more about immersion.
Exactly. Listen to a podcast, Hi There. Watch a slow English video. Read a simple story.
Or even just talk to yourself in English. Describe your day, maybe.
And they stress. No need to drill grammar. Just listen, repeat if you want. Enjoy it. Make it relaxing.
Removes the pressure. Makes it feel less like homework.
For sure. And the affirmations support that positive vibe. I enjoy learning English. Every day I learn more.
English is fun. English helps me grow. And then reflecting on it. Tonight, I listened. I practiced. I feel proud.
It connects the routine directly to a skill goal many listeners might have. So it feels doubly useful, relaxing, and productive.
Okay, step 5 is super practical. Prepare for tomorrow before sleep.
This one is gold for reducing morning stress. But the source says it helps you relax tonight.
How so?
Well, by getting things ready, you offload those tasks from your mind. You're not lying in bed thinking about what you need to do or find.
Right. So doing things like writing your to-do list for tomorrow.
Choosing your clothes, packing your bag, setting the alarm, maybe tidying up your space a little.
It tells your brain it's handled. You can rest.
Exactly. So you don't have that low-level worry running in the background.
And the affirmation matches. I am ready for tomorrow. I am calm. I am strong. That feeling of preparedness.
It really clears mental clutter before sleep.
Then comes step 6, gratitude practice.
A classic for well-being, and for good reason. The source keeps it simple. Just feeling thankful.
And they make a point that you can find something even on rough days, right?
Absolutely. It's about shifting focus. The practice itself is just naming 3 things.
Simple things like, I'm thankful for my home.
My family, this quiet moment right now, anything.
And we know gratitude practice genuinely helps, don't we? Reduces negativity, boosts positive feeling.
And can even improve sleep. The source mentions it helps you sleep well, makes your heart feel warm, your mind happy. It lines up.
The affirmations fit perfectly. Thank you for today. I am thankful. I am peaceful.
And that leads us right to the final step, step 7, sleep time.
Which isn't so much an action as a state of being.
Kind of, yeah. It's about letting go into sleep, supported by some comforting thoughts, the source suggests.
Like reminding yourself, you did your best today. You are safe. You are loved. You are growing.
It's like a final moment of self-compassion.
And the only real actions are just breathe slowly, maybe a gentle smile, close your eyes, rest.
Yeah, just ease into it.
With those final affirmations, I am proud of myself. I am calm. Tomorrow will be a good day.
Ending on notes of self-worth, peace, and gentle optimism.
So when you look at all 7 steps together, slowing down, reflecting, ditching screens, a bit of English, preparing, gratitude, and then sleep. It's quite comprehensive.
It really is. It touches on the physical wind down, mental processing, emotional state, practical preparation, even skill building.
A really holistic approach to ending the day.
And that core message they end with feels quite powerful. Every evening is a new chance.
A chance to grow, a chance to relax, a chance to learn. It reframes the evening completely.
Instead of just the end of the day, it's an opportunity.
Definitely. And it makes you think. The source encourages repeating this, staying consistent. If you actually did carve out, say, even 15 minutes most evenings for this,
You're just consistently chipping away at these steps.
how might that compound? Could that small daily investment really lead to those big life changes they talk about over time?
It's a really interesting thought to leave people with, isn't it? The power of that consistent small effort. Okay, so you sent over this really fascinating source. It's an episode from an English learning podcast by this coach, Alex.
That's the one, yeah?
And it's laying out this whole evening routine, which sounds, well, pretty unique, not just for learning English, but focused on like finding peace and growth.
Exactly. And the source itself, it emphasizes that it's a long listen.
Yeah.
Designed for nighttime, maybe right before you actually sleep.
Right.
And it suggests you might listen repeatedly. It's meant to be interactive too, ask you to like talk back, repeat phrases.
Huh. And goals are interesting too, aren't they? I mean, yes, boosting English confidence, obviously.
Obvious.
But it connects that directly to your health, your sleep, your whole state of mind, basically.
It really puts the language stuff inside this bigger picture of just well-being.
Yeah.
So what we want to do in this deep dive is really get into this specific routine from the source you shared, look at how it's structured, the thinking behind it.
The philosophy, yeah.
Yeah, the philosophy, and pull out the main ideas. The things that are meant to help with that peace and growth. Because honestly, a lot of this stuff seems useful, whether you're learning English or, not.
Definitely. Okay, so the source lays it out quite clearly. Steps, right? With suggested times even.
Very structured.
It kicks off with slow down, then reflect on your day, turn off screens, then the evening English practice itself,
Right.
Prepare for tomorrow, gratitude practice, and then it sort of winds down with story time plus sleep routine and this final sleep talk down. It's a whole process.
It really is like a guided journey into resting.
Yeah.
And it all starts with that first step, slow down, which interestingly gets a full 30 minutes allocated in the source.
30 minutes just to slow down.
Yeah. And it sets the tone, like the day is over, you did what you could, Now it is time to slow down. Simple statements.
The language is quite striking there, isn't it? Very simple, almost like affirmations. I slow down. I let go of stress. Or my evening is quiet. I give myself rest. And it suggests actual things to do as well. Making tea, a warm shower, soft clothes, and it's very physical, sensory.
Yes, exactly. The initial bit is really about managing your environment and like shifting your body's state. Turn off the phone noise, shut things out.
Okay.
It's about consciously creating that calm space, signaling, okay, time to release the day.
Right, makes sense. So after the physical slowing down, then it moves inward.
Yes, step 2 is reflect on your day. Also 30 minutes. And this is where the source uses that really nice phrase about looking at your day with love. No judgment, just kindness.
That's a key part, isn't it? The no judgment bit.
Oh, totally. It's moving from the outside world to your inner world, but crucially with compassion. The coach in the source actually asks questions to guide you, gentle ones.
Like what?
Things like, what did I do today? What made me smile? What was difficult? And importantly, what did I learn?
And he encourages you to say the answers out loud again, right?
It does, which, yes, is partly for the English practice. But it probably makes the reflection feel more solid, more active, like you're processing it properly. The source actually says this is how we grow, by acknowledging the whole day, good and bad, but with acceptance.
Okay. Then step 3, turn off screens. This one gets 20 minutes. And the source doesn't mince words here.
No, it's pretty direct. Phones, TVs, computers. Calls them too much noise. Says they keep us awake and make our brains busy. Standard advice, but framed quite strongly.
What I liked is how it presents turning them off as like an active, positive thing you do. The phrases are quite assertive. I turn off my phone. I turn off my screen. I choose rest. It's not about missing out. It's about choosing something better for yourself. Self-care.
Exactly. And it offers alternatives, right? It doesn't just say stop. It suggests reading, stretching, just sitting quietly.
Or listening to English conveniently.
Or listening to English, yeah, like the podcast itself. So disconnecting from visual stuff doesn't mean total shutdown. It just means shifting to maybe quieter, more beneficial things, like learning.
Okay, that makes sense. So next is the actual evening English practice. Step 4, this is the longest part, a full hour.
Right, 60 minutes. This is obviously central to the original podcast's purpose.
Yeah.
But again, look at how it frames the practice. It's not like intense grammar drills. It emphasizes just a little bit. A little each day helps a lot.
More gentle encouragement.
Totally. And the language it uses for practice is basically repeating positive affirmations about learning itself. Stuff like, I enjoy learning English. Every day I learn more. English is fun. English helps me grow. Simple positive loops.
And then it has simple questions too, like conversation prompts.
Yeah, very basic Q&A, asking you things like, what did you eat today? Or what will you do tomorrow? And prompting you to answer out loud. It feels less like a test, more like just chatting with yourself, reinforcing that feeling of we're practicing, we're growing, trying to make it feel safe, low pressure, especially right before bed.
Got it. Okay, moving on. Step 5 is prepare for tomorrow. Back to practical stuff. 20 minutes for this.
Yep. Back to the external world. But the source connects it directly to your internal state, your peace of mind.
How so?
Well, it suggests doing those little tasks, packing your bag, setting the alarm, picking out clothes, maybe making a quick to-do list for the morning.
Right, the usual getting ready things.
Exactly. But the phrases it uses are all about completion. My bag is ready, my clothes are ready, my alarm is set.
Okay.
And then the source draws this connection. Now your mind is calm. You don't need to worry. You are ready. So doing the physical prep is framed as a way to quiet the mental chatter about tomorrow.
Ah, I see. Sort of offloading the worry by getting things sorted physically.
That seems to be the idea, yeah. Clear the decks mentally for rest.
Makes sense. Then step 6 is gratitude practice. Another decent chunk of time, 30 minutes.
And this is purely about shifting perspective, cultivating thankfulness.
How does it guide that?
Very simply. The core phrase, repeated, is just, I am thankful. Then it prompts you to find just 3 good things from your day or life.
3 specific things.
Yeah, and gives really straightforward examples like, I am thankful for my home. I am thankful for my body, or just, I am thankful for today, keeping it very accessible.
And the source states the benefit pretty clearly.
Oh yeah, it says point blank. Gratitude makes us happy. Gratitude makes life better. It's positioned as a direct tool for boosting positive feelings right before you sleep, cementing the good stuff.
Okay. And then finally we get to the actual winding down for sleep itself.
Right. Step 7, story time plus sleep routine, which gets an hour.
Right.
And then the final sleep talk down for the last 30 minutes.
Story time. That sounds nice.
Yeah, the source mentions a simple bedtime story. Seems very soothing, almost like for a child. And then it might layer in some more repetition of vocabulary, maybe shadowing sentences lightly.
Now the talk down part.
That's described as being whisper slow, gently telling you to close your eyes, focus on your breathing, really guiding you down.
So the language shifts again here, even calmer.
Definitely. This whole final phase is purely about the transition to sleep. Calming rhythm, gentle repetition. The phrases are all affirmations of feeling okay, feeling safe, permission to rest. Things like, you are calm, you are safe, you did your best.
And then letting go.
Exactly. I rest now, I let go of worry, I sleep with peace. It's all designed to just let go.
And it finishes with a very soft closing.
Yeah, something like, the day is over, your mind is quiet, your body is soft. Sleep well, my friend. Good night. A very deliberate, peaceful sign-off after that whole structured routine.
Wow. Okay, so looking back at the whole thing, the source you brought, it's really quite something.
It is, isn't it? What stands out is how deliberately it weaves everything together. The physical actions, the kind self-reflection, the practical prep, the gentle language bit, the gratitude, and then that guided relaxation.
It's not random. It feels like a very intentional process. Step by step, designed to quiet the outside, process the inside without being harsh, get ready for the tomorrow to free up brain space.
Build that positive feeling with gratitude, and then just gently guide you off to sleep.
Yeah.
The English practice is there, woven through, but you could argue the main goal is really that overall sense of peace and, well, growth.
Absolutely. And like you said earlier, even though it was made for English learners specifically, the core ideas we've pulled out seem much broader. You know, the value of consciously slowing down, reflecting kindly, unplugging from screens, preparing ahead to reduce worry, focusing on gratitude. These feel like solid principles for almost anyone wanting a calmer end to the day.
I completely agree. This deep dive really shows that this routine, based on the source material, it's aiming for something more holistic than just language drills. It's a framework for ending the day well, built for peace and growth.
Yeah.
And it makes you think. Especially with all that repetition throughout the routine. Those simple positive phrases, I am calm, I slow down, my evening is quiet, I am thankful, I rest now. They get repeated quite a lot.
Right. So maybe a final thought for you, the listener, to mull over based on this source. Given that constant use of simple practices and positive self-talk, how might intentionally using those consistently day after day, how might that reshape not just your evenings, but maybe your whole mindset, your overall sense of progress and well-being over time?